This is the portable HeadRush MX5, and it's probably one of the best amp modeling processors out there for guitarists, bassists, really anything. And let me show you why. There's a few reasons why I chose the MX5 over like a DP500 or anything else really, and that's number one, because of the portability factor. It's so compact, you can fit it into a travel case if you're going on like a gig, or you can fit it into a backpack even, really, if you wanted to. And then number two is it comes default with 270 presets. That involves crunch, heavy, clean, anything really. You can customize it as much as you like. You can make your own presets as well, and it has tons of variety of different pedals. And then another thing that I like here, and I'll show you guys here, one sec. All right, so I have a picture up here of it, and let me point out the hardware, I guess, components of it. So first, number one is you have these three silver buttons at the bottom of it. We'll go left to right. So first one is Stomp Rig. You press and hold that one down, and it'll give you different options. So stomp mode is when you're on a gig, and if you're switching between like clean and heavy, then that will, if you have a preset, then you can press on, let's say like the second button, and that will be your clean preset. Then you can step on the third button, and that'll be your crunch or heavy preset. And then you can press and hold on the silver button again, and then that will turn it back into rig mode, which is you can bind different pedals to all the buttons. And so if you want reverb, you can click the second button, right? And if you don't want reverb, then you click the second button again, and it takes it off, which I think is really, really cool. So that's the first button. The second button is the looper. If you press and hold that one down, then it'll obviously give you a looper, has stop, go, repeat, all this stuff. And then you press down and hold that again, and it'll say like, oh, do you want to close this window? Yes, cool. And then you're back to the rig again. And then the tuner. The tuner, pretty self-explanatory. It is set to default, like, E standard by default. But I think you can do plugins and presets that will allow you to do the different tunings. Don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% sure, but by default it is set to E standard. And then you see the little knobs at the top. So the bottom one is the menu select. So you can use that to scroll up and down. You can push the button and it will allow you to select. And then the top one here is the main volume. So you don't really need that second button though, however, because it's a touch screen. You have a touch screen. So if you have it on like your desk or something, and you're not using it solely for a stomp rig, or if you just want to get everything set up and ready for your gig, you can plug it in and you have a touch screen on it, which is pretty cool. I haven't seen that on a whole lot of, rigs. So yeah, and then let's move on to the big one, the pedal. I have seen so many comments on the pedal saying that if for specifically like pitch shifts and stuff, there's like no delay, there's no lag in it, there's no like, it's practically perfect. And I've tried it myself. I've done pitch shifting with like songs and stuff, and so far that's right. I mean, it sounds really, really clean. So if you guys are in a band, or if you do a lot of like pitch shifting in your music, then the pedal is extremely good on this. I know I've said it before, but the compact, factor in this is just mind-boggling, that you have all these presets, all this customizability, and it's so small. But this is an earlier version, right? It's the MX5. A lot of the newer models will have presets based on a specific artist, like Pliny, Tim Henson, Corey Wong, all these different people. I don't know if those are just examples. I don't know if those are presets specifically on those, but newer models like the HeadRush Prime, or the like the HeadRush Prime, I think I know at least has different presets. So If you're interested in that, then the Prime is really good. But if you want a compact factor, the MX5 is definitely the best option. I forgot to mention this point, but on the newer rigs, those 270 presets are not by default installed. You have to go to the InMusic store on HeadRush, and you have to manually download them onto the newer those newer models. So that's a very important fact that I forgot to mention. So that is also another reason why the MX5 is just that much better. And I know I'm glazing it a lot, but let's be honest, it's valid. It's valid glaze. Okay, and then quickly I wanted to talk about the back of the HeadRush MX. It has a few options here. You know, you obviously have your guitar input, and then you have your FX inputs, your send and return, your expression, you have your right, and then you have your left input, which is mono. That's what I use. And then you have a couple interesting options, which is you have phones, you have auxiliary, you have MIDI, input and output, and then you also have USB options. So, and then it has a small mic or wire, or it has the connection cable that comes with it, that port as well. I thought that was really cool that you can have you can connect your phones to it. It really is just very widely available to really any device or cable that you may have, which is great if you need to adapt. Cords get lost, and if you need to record something quickly, then you can pretty much grab anything, and it's really nice. And I'll throw up a screen on here showing all the options and what everything does on the actual display once you turn it on, because it can be a lot to look at when you first open it up. So I'll throw that on right here. You can look at it. So yeah. Alright, that was my review of the HeadRush MX5. If you enjoyed it, then like or whatever, and then if you have any other suggestions, or if I missed anything, then let me know in the comments. If you guys decide to get it, it's a great purchase, and I have had mine for about a year now, so you guys definitely won't regret it. It is very, very reliable. So enjoy, guys. Goodbye.